I have it with me here.
You're familiar.
Yes.
The financial and accounting manual.
I have it with me here.
Good.
I have all of them with me here.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'm just really checking what you're familiar with so that we can go through them bit by bit. Are you aware of the scheme of service for local government councils? Scheme of service.
Yes.
Okay. So during the period 2018-2019, did you have an internal auditor?
Yes.
Who was that?
Baba Jajusi.
Baba Jajusi?
Yes.
Was he working full-time?
Was he?
Working full-time at the council during that period?
Exactly at that time when I was there.
No, I'm asking, was he working full-time at the council?
When I was there, he was working full-time at the council. Yeah.
All right. So you were, one of your duties was that you were responsible for provision of financial statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
were you saying something?
yes, I said yes.
Okay. And also for the proper collection, recording, and custody of all the revenue of the council?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what the process was during the period that you were at Mansakonko for collecting revenue, collecting and recording and accounting for revenue that has been collected?
Well, everything was going normal as I was there. When I was there, everything is going correctly.
Yeah. So what is that correctly? Tell us the steps. What happens? How revenue is collected? How it is recorded? How it is accounted for? Because
when the collectors go for collecting, what my advice is to them is to take it to the bank. But in event, the CEO will give them instructions for payments while in the field.
Okay, so these are particular instances. So I'm talking generally, right? So before the revenue collectors go to collect, they've been distributed.
Yes.
They know what they're going to collect. So you would have some revenue collectors that collect rates and taxes.
Exactly.
You have the market ones.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. Were you there when the conference center was
No,
operational?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, so now how do you decide which revenue collectors go where?
Because each revenue collector has a resident collection center.
There's a collection center?
Each of them.
Okay.
But some of them, sometimes, when necessary, when they are called to be in group, then go for collections.
Okay. But generally they have revenue.
They have their revenue centers to collect.
Okay. So how do they get the revenue books?
I supply them with a GTR receipt book from GPPC.
Okay. So who orders the books, the RTGS books?
It's the management. Because when the books are finished, I prepare the local purchase order, that is LPO. Then the amount of books we need is requested, is written there. Then it's taken to GPPA, and they will give the price. Then it will send to the Ministry of Local Government, where those people also they will allot their invoices, then take it to GPPC for productions.
So it's the Ministry of Lands that takes it to GPPC?
We will take our LPO to Ministry.
Yeah, you send the LPO to GPPC and they give you the price.
Yes.
And then you send it to the ministry.
Exactly. Then event they will take it to GPPC.
That's what I'm asking. Who sends it to GPPC? The council or the ministry?
The council.
Okay, so the ministry will send it back to you?
We will go collect it from the ministry, then take it to the GPPC.
So the ministry approves it before you take it to
Exactly.
GPPC. And who pays for it?
Council pays.
The council pays for it.
Yes.
Okay. Then GPPC will send the books where?
And the printing department.
No. So you collect it when you go there?
When they are finished. Yes, we go. We collect it.
Okay. Now, when the books come to the council, in whose custody are they?
Under my custody.
They're under your custody.
Yes.
So when they come, do you record what has come immediately, or do you record it when you're giving out the books?
We record it because we have a book called CRBR, where everything is recorded.
You have to do what?
It's called CRBR.
Okay, the CRBR.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then it's from within that book, we record everything in that book.
Immediately when the book
All,
comes.
all receipts are recorded in that book sequentially.
Okay.
Yes. Receipt number per receipt number, up to the last receipt number.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking you. Do you do that as soon as the books come in? Or is it when you're giving out books that you
Now,
record?
immediately it comes.
Immediately it comes in.
It comes. I record everything down.
Okay. And then when you give out the books, you indicate the name of the revenue collector that you've given a book to?
If a revenue collector comes and requests for a book, the date will be written, the name will be written, and how to call it, GTR book will be there, number will be there, then
Yeah.
you sign against that his name.
Okay. So that's how you issue the books to the revenue collectors.
Exactly.
Are those books what are used to collect market dues?
Those are market tickets.
So are those separate from the GTR?
Exactly. Those ones are
Who prints the market tickets?
the same printing department.
Okay, so where do you record the market tickets?
The same. They are also. The other one also have its own CRBR.
Okay, so the market tickets has its own CRBR, the GTRs have their own CRBRs.
Exactly.
Are there any other revenue books or documents that are printed by GPPC?
Almost all our documents are printed by GPTC.
No, I know, but I'm saying you have the market tickets and the GTRs. Are there any other books?
No. Yes, the main cash book, the ledgers, and the main ledger.
Okay, so those are provided by GPPC as well?
Yes, as well.
So it's one standard cash book for all of you?
Exactly.
So the main cash book is different from the cash book that the revenue collectors have?
Exactly, because the revenue collectors, they have petty cash book, extra book. That's what they are provided for them to do their transactions. But when it comes to, when they come for submissions and reconciliations, we have a main cash book there, which we use to enter all their transactions in that main cash book. Because that cash book is three main column transactions. You have debit and credit and banks.
Okay, so that main cash book is under your custody?
Then, when I was there, yes.
Yes, when you were there?
Yes.
We're talking about when you were there. So the main cash book was under your custody. Is there another, like a subsidiary cash book?
Well, other
Maybe
than
for your account?
Well, other than the ledgers and main ledgers and expenditure and revenue ledgers, those are the only books.
Because you have expenditure ledgers and revenue ledgers.
And revenue ledgers.
Who deals with those?
The same, the finance department.
I know, but who? Is it the accounts officer, the cashier?
The account, the finance manager and the account officer is their responsibilities.
Okay, so can you explain to us how that works? The ledgers vis-a-vis the cash book?
The ledger, we how do we subtract? I mean, we do how to call it, abstractions from the main cash book. Then we post them to the ledgers. The revenue we post it to the revenue monthly. Then expenditure we post to the revenue expenditure monthly.
Okay, so everything goes to your main cash book first?
First, yes.
Before it goes to the ledgers?
Yes, of course, yes.
So is it expenditure and revenue that goes to your cash book?
No, yes, exactly. Revenue and expense, because you collect and expend.
Okay, so all of that comes to your cash book first?
Yes, that's the main cash book, yes.
Okay, so, all right, let's go back to the revenue collectors. So when they take their GTRs,
They sign.
and then they sign,
Yes.
then they go out to collect revenue. So
Exactly.
what happens? What is the process when they collect?
The process is when they collect should be taken to the bank.
Okay. And do they take it to the bank?
Sometimes they'll be given an assignment while in the field for payments by the CEO as his chief executive officer.
Okay.
Then the balance, if they make those payments, the balance of it will be taken to the bank.
Okay. Now, do you have a payment voucher system?
No, those I went for them, but they said they are here with your investigators.
No, I'm asking, was there a system for payment vouchers for expenditure whilst you were there? Was there a system in place for expenditure where you use payment vouchers?
Yes, payment vouchers are there.
Okay. Now, who prepares payment vouchers?
Almost, I could say, the collectors themselves prepare their own vouchers.
Is the collectors that prepare the payment vouchers?
Exactly.
Are the payment vouchers not in a set form?
Yes.
So, where would the collectors get a copy of the vouchers from?
They'll request it, then they'll get it from the account department.
Which is under your department?
Pardon?
The accounting office under your department?
Yes.
So is it the accounting officer that's supposed to prepare the payment vouchers?
Exactly. It's his responsibility to prepare the payment.
Who was the account officer?
Then Sajo Jase was his account officer because he was the finance manager.
Who?
Sajo Jase.
Salu Jase. So Salu Jase would give the revenue collectors payment voucher forms so
exactly.
that they can complete them.
Exactly.
Okay, so when the revenue collectors collect and they go and pay to the bank, so we'll assume that they haven't removed anything from the payments.
Exactly.
So they've gone and paid the money into the bank.
Exactly.
Now when they collect, do they record it in their cash book? Everything they collect and from whom?
Yes. When they collect.
Okay.
They
So
collect.
sorry, go ahead.
When they collect and finish of their collections, they enter the receipt cash book, the receipt numbers against the description of payment. I mean, how to collect the amount collected in words and figures, then they post that in their petty cash books.
Okay. And then they go and make the payment at the bank?
Yes.
They take the bank receipt and they bring it to the finance department.
Yes, exactly.
So when they come to the finance department, who do they give the receipt to?
Well, they give their payment vouchers with them together via their payment slips. And when they are coming for submissions, they will come with those papers and the vouchers for reconciliation.
They will come back with the payment vouchers
And the
pay slip?
pay slips.
and their books, their cash
And
books.
their books, exactly. The receipt book and their cash books.
So who do they bring those documents to when they come?
They bring to me, then I'll check those things.
Okay, so it comes to you directly.
Sometimes before it was given to my finance manager, Sajo.
Before.
Yes.
When you say before, what do you mean?
I mean, normally what I do, I distribute responsibilities. So I told him to be collecting, to be receiving, checking them, prepare their receipts, then endorse their books. Then after all those things, he will come to me as finance manager, then I'll reconcile with him.
Okay. So at some point you took over that?
Yes, at some point when he went on retirement.
Okay, he retired.
He was retired.
When was that?
He was retired, well, I couldn't remember the time, but he was retired well before me.
Okay. You don't remember the year?
Pardon?
You don't remember the year he retired?
No, I think it's 2018 or 29. I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
But he was retired before me anyway.
All right. So when the revenue collectors come to you with their GTR books, their bank payslip, the payment voucher, and the other document, which I can't recall right now. So do you check the GTR receipt as against the payments that were made to the bank?
Exactly. I'll check the GTR against the entries of the petty cash books. Then after, I'll check their payment slips and vouchers that they prepared, the assignment given for them by the CEO for payments. Then I'll check those ones also. When they tally it, then I'll do the receipt from my own GTR, then endorse the cash book and give it to them.
Okay. Does it go through the internal auditor?
Of course, I told them to be taking it there.
So is that before they come to you or after they've come to you?
What I told you is that before they come to me.
So they go to the internal auditor before they come to you?
Exactly.
Does the internal auditor indicate anything on their cash book to show that it's gone through him first?
Well, the internal auditor queried about it. That
Sorry, he what? The vouchers?
He make a query about it.
Okay, he would query the vouchers.
Yeah, he complain about it. That
So if he queries the vouchers, do you still sign off on the cash book?
because sometimes they'll tell me that these people are not coming.
They'll tell you what?
He'll tell me that he once told me that he even wrote to me that the collectors are not responding of what I told them.
Okay, so that we'll come to that. But I was trying to find out. So I'm trying to find out about the system that you have in place, right? Before the specifics. So for the system that you had in place, generally, if the revenue collector comes to the internal auditor first, and the internal auditor queries the payment voucher that was raised, when the revenue collector comes to you to sign off, to close his cash book, and you note that the internal auditor has queried the voucher, do you still close the cash book, or do you tell them to go and sort it out?
I always refer them back to the internal auditor.
Back to the internal auditor. Okay, so when the internal auditor is okay with the documents that they have presented, does he stamp or sign their book?
Well, he do sign, but I never saw the stamps there, definitely.
He signs.
He do sign sometimes, yeah, their books.
Okay, and then those books will come back to you, and then you'll do another reconciliation.
Then to give them the receipts.
Okay. Now this payment voucher that the revenue collector has raised, who would sign it?
The CEO as the accounting officer, because they'll take the vouchers to him first for approval. Before
So he will sign. Does the person who prepared the voucher sign? The revenue collector that raised the voucher, would he sign?
No.
So it would just be the CEO.
He don't give it to the CEO, and the CEO will approve it, then sign.
So when the payment voucher comes to you, do you sign it?
No, I don't sign, because sometimes I tell them I'm never aware of the payments.
Okay. So those payment vouchers are prepared after the expense has already been incurred?
Well, no.
When the revenue collector makes the payment, it is after that he prepares the payment voucher.
Exactly, they prepare the payment voucher.
But what is the correct system?
That the payment voucher should be prepared well before payment.
Okay, and it would be the account officer that would raise the payment voucher?
Exactly.
And he would sign?
That's what should be done.
Okay, and then would it come to you as well to sign?
When it comes to me and I have witnessed the payment, I'll sign.
Okay, so let me just clarify. If the accounting officer raises a payment voucher, say you're going to buy fuel, right? The accounting officer raises the payment voucher, he will sign.
Accounting officer will not sign.
No, he won't sign. It will come to you.
He'll give back to the collector to come to.
No, so I'm not talking about ones that are raised by the collectors. I'm just talking generally.
Okay,
On a general payment.
The accounting officer will come with those vouchers, including himself, his receipt book and his petty cash book, for conversation with me.
Okay, so there's a petty cash book?
Yes, he also has his own petty cash book.
The account officer?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're purchasing fuel for the chairman or for the CEO, it's from petty cash?
I said the petty cash book.
Yes.
The petty cash book. I think you asked me whether the accounting officer comes with his sign. I said no, he doesn't sign.
That's the payment voucher. You said he doesn't sign the payment voucher.
No.
So that payment voucher that is raised, it comes to you for signing?
Of course. When the finance, the accounting officer is ready with the collectors, because he do the concession with them first before me.
Okay. So now the example that you're giving is for collections.
Exactly.
For money that is spent by the revenue collectors from their collections.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm now talking about generally. If the council itself, not from the funds that have been collected by the revenue collectors, just your general expenditure, right? Say the council wants to buy books or wants to buy fuel, right? On a normal monthly basis, you're buying fuel. would the accounting officer raise a payment voucher for the amount of fuel that he wants to buy, that the council is going to buy, then bring that payment voucher to your office for you to sign?
Now he'll take it to, after preparing, he'll take it to the CEO first, then CEO satisfy himself, then sign it.
Then he'll come to you to sign.
Exactly.
Is that the procedure?
And as for fuel, as for signing of vouchers, that I'm not aware. I told you.
No. So we're not talking about the vouchers that you are not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the vouchers that you are aware of. Regular expenditure, normal expenditure of the council. If the council wants to purchase anything, you want to purchase water, you want to purchase books, right? Who raises the payment voucher for that purchase?
That's what I'm saying. I said earlier for you that those assignments are given to the revenue collectors by the CEO.
Yes.
And they'll prepare those things, they'll buy those things and prepare their own vouchers.
Okay, so are you saying that the council doesn't purchase those things on its own? It's only through the revenue collectors?
To revenue collectors, that's what I'm saying.
Only?
Only. Because there is an authority given to them by the CEO.
Okay. So what does the council purchase on its own, other than...
Other than these receipt books that I mentioned to you.
Only the receipt books are
Yes.
what you purchase?
When you come to purchasing.
Okay. So, sorry.
Mr. Janneh, I just want to be clear. You have been asked a process, but just to make sure that I get your evidence right, you said the CEO gives instructions to the collectors.
Exactly.
The CEO gives instruction to the collectors.
Yes.
How to expend the money.
Exactly. Because you assign them to buy, like if we are having a meeting.
Yes.
When you are having a meeting, a council meeting, or any other thing, you just assign them to buy drinks, canned drinks, water, then bring them to the office.
So it's after when they are ready with all that, the papers will come to you.
Exactly.
Council.
But Mr. Janneh,
Yes, ma'am, sir.
is that the normal process?
No, it shouldn't be.
Thank you. What is the normal process?
The normal procedure is the voucher should be prepared to know exactly how much should be spent or how much should be used for that particular purpose. If it's a general meeting, we know how much crates we buy for water, cantings and the like. Already within, but the vouchers will be prepared. Then the money will be spent. It should be in that way.
Thank you. So when the voucher is raised, you would sign and the CEO would sign?
No.
Is that right?
No.
So who signs?
CEO, as I said, CEO is the spending officer. He will authorize and he will sign. Because from all these things is happening, I will not be aware. When the collectors come, they will tell me, I buy water, CEO asked me to buy this, CEO asked me to buy this. I said, fine.
Okay, so who issues the check for these? Okay, these are from revenue collections.
No check is been prepared. It's
So
only fiscal cash they buy things from.
Yes. So at what point does the council issue checks?
Normally, yes.
For what?
For salaries.
For salaries?
Yes.
So you only issue checks for salaries?
Yes,
No
yeah.
other payments?
No other payments.
Yes.
Until and unless when there is a necessary count. When it's needy count, when it's necessary, then we do checks.
Okay, so give me an example of what you would consider, when it's necessary.
Because I could remember, I put it in my handing over. Buying a CEO and the chairman a vehicle. That one has gone up to the council level at the meeting. Then they assigned, they said, let us buy a vehicle for them. Then a check number was given to me to draw checks from the council's account and pay to those account numbers. It's in my handing over.
So there were no payment vouchers for those transactions?
Still, up to the time I left there.
So you only issued checks?
I only issue checks and nothing, no supporting document. I even stated that in my account, in my handing over, and the letter I handed over to you people.
Okay, one second. Now, did you have a petty cash system at the council?
Pardon?
Did you have a petty cash system at the council?
Petty cash system.
Yes.
Yes, we have it there.
Okay. How much petty cash do you usually keep, and how do you go about it?
Anyway, to my knowledge, what I've known, or what I've known to me is the list should be 5 or 10,000. Not it should be more. It shouldn't be more than that. That's the ceiling anyway.
5,000 or 10,000?
Exactly. That's,
And who holds this cash?
well, the check will be prepared, then it will be signed by the CEO and the Director of Finance.
The check is prepared. Is it prepared without a payment voucher?
The check will be prepared.
Yes.
Then, before preparation, we will do the costings, prepare the voucher, then the check will be prepared and for gone withdraw the money.
Now, according to the Finance and Accounting Manual, is it not correct that it is the payment voucher that you prepare first
Yes.
before you issue checks?
Yes.
So why were you issuing the checks before the payment
That's
voucher?
what I said. Vouchers are prepared first before payment, before doing any check.
Okay, so like this, who would prepare the voucher?
Because how to call it, the Director of Finance will prepare the check.
No.
Yeah.
You said that the voucher will be prepared before the check.
Before the check. But
So who prepares the voucher?
the vouchers are prepared by the finance manager.
So the finance manager prepares the voucher
Yes.
for petty cash. Now who
Exactly.
signs the voucher?
The voucher will be signed by the CEO, and when the petty cash and the Director of Finance, the petty cash.
So the CEO and the Director of Finance will sign the voucher for the petty cash?
Petty cash, that is
The voucher. We're talking about the voucher.
the voucher.
Yes.
The voucher will be signed by the, how to call it, the finance manager, because he's the one receiving the money.
Okay, so the finance manager will sign and the CEO will sign the voucher for the petty cash.
Exactly.
And then the check is issued and signed by the Director of Finance and the CEO.
Exactly.
Now, when that check is cashed, who holds the petty cash?
The finance manager.
The finance
Because
manager.
he does the payment.
Okay, and he has a book for that, right?
Pardon?
He has a book, a petty cash book.
He'll put it in his petty cash book.
So he has a petty cash book.
Yes, he'll put everything in his petty cash book for the concession.
Okay, and then who retires the petty cash book?
He himself will retire it. The petty,
Do you not check his book to check that
Yes.
everything that is spent is properly spent, and
Yes,
then
he-
sign off?
Yes, he'll sign and recite everything to me.
So you close his petty cash book?
His petty, yes.
Okay. Let's just take some of the documents that you provided so that we can tender them. Chairperson, I apply to tender the originals of the documents that are provided by the witness earlier.